Imagine starting a job with a death threat, a place where loyalty is tested with a lie detector, and failing means a terrifying drop into a dark river. What if fame's shine hit a dark core, where every move was watched, and every secret could bring disaster? We will look at shocking revelations that shatter Sean Diddy Combs' power structure. A key witness exposes a life ruled by fear, force, and stunning claims that might seal his fate. Capricorn Clark began her time at Bad Boy Records. Her welcome was not typical. From her very first day, a shadow appeared, her previous work for Death Row Records, the known West Coast rival. Diddy the boss quickly gave a stark, chilling warning. "If anything goes wrong," he reportedly said, his words heavy, "I might have to kill you." This was not a joke, Clark testified. She took it as a serious statement, a grim start to a group where the old rivalry between coasts was not just history, but a live, burning issue. This early threat shaped her entire time there. Every choice, every exchange, was a risk. That chilling start was only the start. Later, a problem came up. Claims of stolen jewelry, items supposedly borrowed for an event, had vanished. The fix, Clark said, felt like a crime film. She went to a run-down, hidden building, far from Bad Boy's fancy offices. Diddy himself was not there, but his supposed henchmen were overseeing a forced lie detector test. The air was thick with menace. The examiner's words cut deep. "If you fail," he supposedly warned, "they're going to throw you into the East River." The meaning was clear and terrifying. A classic mob move of forced drowning, straight from dark crime stories. This was not simply a test of honesty. It showed total power, a cruel sign that disagreement or seeming disloyalty could bring extreme results. Control and threats grew tighter, reportedly sparked by Diddy's personal life. The story changed dramatically with a rumored romance involving Diddy's partner, Cassie, and another rising star, Kid Cut, whose first name is Scott. Clark testified Diddy, apparently driven by angry suspicion, showed up at her home, without warning and reportedly armed. "Who the hell is Scott?" he demanded, his anger clear. He had pieced together the alleged affair. What came next upped the danger greatly. Testimony stated Diddy went straight to Kid Cut house, supposedly breaking in and tearing through the place, looking frantically, leaving Clark outside, caught in his explosive anger. Outside Kid Cut home, scared and seeing Diddy's alleged outburst, Clark tried to find help. She called Cassie, hoping to warn her and Cut of the unfolding problem. She used Cassie's burner phone, a device seemingly kept for sensitive talks, changing the name right away to hide its real identity. Still, the careful plan failed against Diddy's sharp suspicion. He came out of Cut property, supposedly spotting Clark's phone, seeing the last number called. He reportedly dialed it, and to his fury, Cassie answered. "What is this phone? Why do you have this number?" He supposedly raged, his anger directed at Cassie and Clark for her apparent betrayal. The trouble grew. Diddy supposedly gave a terrible order. Clark and Cassie had to convince Cut not to tell the police. "If you don't convince him of that," he supposedly snarled, "I'll kill all you mother blankers." In court, Diddy's lead lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, began a strong counterattack, trying to break down Capricorn Clark's damaging testimony. His plan aimed to show Clark as a bitter, perhaps even jealous former staff member with a grudge. Agnifilo reportedly questioned her connection with Cassie, trying to suggest Clark had a crush on Diddy.
The defense also pulled out some old text messages between Clark and Combs. What did they say?
Some of them showed her affection for him, how she wished him a happy birthday and wanted to get back into his good graces, asked if he had forgiven her yet. It's not quite clear for what, but she repeatedly tried to get back into Combs's good graces to work, even up and including in 2024. And she ended up telling the jury, as she tearfully read these emails on cross-examination, that she was desperate. She had a child to take care of with autism. She wasn't really doing anything meaningful for work. And on redirect, after the defense suggested that, she just loved Sean Combs, and how could any of this be true? She said, look, he blackballed me in the music industry, stymied her as she tried to get other work, and so eventually she felt like she had no choice but to return to Sean Combs, and that's why she was so eager to work for him.
He even mentioned a text where she and friends supposedly called him Chocolate. He tried to lessen Cassie's artistic abilities, likely, hoping to suggest Clark's unhappiness with bad boy records generally. The defense tried to create doubt, hinting Clark was simply upset she did not have the same close connection with Diddy as Cassie did, especially after Diddy moved to LA, following Kim Porter's passing. But for many watching, these tries to discredit Clark did not work. Her testimony remained strong during questioning. As the court drama grew, a personal battle played out for a main figure. Cassie Ventura, a key witness whose testimony has been central, found herself in a New York City hospital, not for court, but for a private reason. She was reportedly in labor. Rumors of problems brought another worry to her tough situation. The judge overseeing the trial had set strict limits on her testimony, knowing her advanced pregnancy and the possibility of her giving birth right in court. This clear situation showed how much these high-stakes court cases affect everyone involved, far past the public eye of the courtroom. Capricorn Clark's testimony was not simply another dramatic tale. It was a major shift for the prosecution's case. For weeks, legal experts, including O.J. Harvey, had expressed doubt about the strength of the racketeering charges against Diddy, often comparing them to hard mob cases. They wondered if there was enough real proof for an organized crime group. But Clark's chilling story, from Diddy's supposed first-day death threat to the scary East River lie detector warning, to the supposed armed home invasion, and the clear threat to kill all you mother blankers if Kid Cut told the police, gave a flood of direct, strong proof. This was not simply separate events. It painted a clear picture of constant fear, force, and control, deeply helping the prosecution's argument that Diddy's group used the harsh, fear-driven methods of a crime group. The case for racketeering, once seen with doubt, now seems to have a clear base. The Diddy trial has become more than just celebrity talk. It is a clear showing of power, control, and hidden truths beneath fame's sparkle. Capricorn Clark's brave testimony pulled back the curtain, showing a darker story many might never have imagined. Her accounts of supposed death threats, scary, questioning, and direct orders to silence witnesses have changed the legal picture. They have put the racketeering charges into sharp, clear focus. As the court steps move ahead, one thing is certain. Sean Diddy Combs' once solid power is now squarely under attack. Everyone watches to see how this breaking apart will end, leaving us to think about the real cost of power without limits.
All right, so it matters for two reasons. One would be corroboration. So corroboration is when one witness takes a stand and says, this is what happened, this is how it happened, this is where it happened. And then you have another witness who was also privy to those events and saying, yes, Cassie Ventura was abused. She was harmed in this way. But another reason it also plays into this, and you're looking at this quote here as well, is Capricorn Clark is a part of this case in her own right because of that kidnapping allegation that feeds into the racketeering conspiracy. She's telling us about individuals who participated in kidnapping her and attempting to go after Kid Cudi and threatening his life, according to her allegations, and that feeds into that criminal enterprise that the government is saying Sean Combs is at the head of.